Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It is me, Dukect, here live. Once again, here live on the Dukect Lounge. Man, what a week in the world of professional wrestling. And let me tell you, it's been a very interesting week. I mean, you got all this stuff happening with Enzo Amore, he getting fired and the cruiserweight stuff, and the accusations. Then you got XFL. You got a whole bag of things here this week. This whole bag of just whole bag of crazy. And tonight, I hope to get at least somewhat through to you. I somewhat at least say, less rambly type of stuff. So that's the hope, ladies and gentlemen. That's the hope of we can try to get through all of this. And maybe, just maybe, we could be just as we can be something really good, something positive of this type of nature. And remember, if you want to join in the show, remember, phone number, as always, is 724-444-7444. Once again, the number is 724-444-7444. And the call ID to connect to me, Dukect, is 92417. Once again, the call ID to connect to me, Dukect, is 92417. And if you can't call in, chat room is always on lock. Lockdown, ladies and gentlemen. It is always on lock because, I always want to hear what you have to say, be it by phone call, be it by chat room and such. Or even, after when it's recorded and you can post it on YouTube, you can leave stuff in the comments below because I love hearing feedback. I want to hear your feedback on this stuff. And that makes the show interesting and it makes the show grow, ladies and gentlemen. It makes the show grow. And, oh man, it is, it's been one hell of a week. And what should I get into now? I talked about the Enzo Amore stuff. So let's dig right in with the Enzo Amore stuff. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. What a just wow. Okay. Let's start out. Eric Arnett, a.k.a. Enzo Amore. He, a WE superstar. He is, formerly of, Enzo Cast tag team name, thing. Then they broke up. And then after that, Enzo, floated around and then became the highlight of 205 Live. Well, not really. People still didn't watch. He had a nice character, but in the end, no one really watched. It was a little bit of buzz. But at the end of the day, no one really, it bumped the needle a little bit, but most people just didn't care. They just, because honestly, 205 Live comes after SmackDown, and it's just too much wrestling. Too much stuff. And while the Zoe Train had some memorable stuff, especially, say, memorable guys and stuff like that, guys coming in to something else, and then you had Nia Jax, that was pumping up the whole mixed match challenge thing that, dropped off, and then this stuff happened. Meanwhile, he was, going through all this, meanwhile, I'm saying meanwhile so many times, anyway, meanwhile, after all this crazy stuff happening, there was this case that he was involved, this sexual assault case that was, jeez Louise, just, it was it was surprising. And he has been, there was a rape allegations, and he says, quote, first he was suspended. This was before the Raw 25th anniversary. And the reason he was suspended, no one talked about. He didn't tell his superiors about this. They were blindsided. So, regardless of this stuff, this was back in October, I believe. It was October about this situation, and then until this woman, I don't want to say her name, there was this a woman accused this accused Erica, aka Enzo Amore, of sexual harassment and sexual assault, rape. And then he's like, said, okay, it's been long enough. I'll put a link in the description, wrestling.com. Says, okay, it's been long enough. I've been so scared to share this. I was raped in mid-October by WWE Enzo Amore, also known as Eric Arden, and Tyler Grasso and Topor, and people that surround Enzo. Let it happen as accomplices. I was in a mental hospital 45 days after it. They're not good people. And this came out. Says, like your side, this is like a couple days ago, January 22nd. Says, like your side, so might as well. You said if I wasn't down to suck his dick, this gets a little graphic and such, so bear with me and such. You don't want to hear all this other stuff. It's really gets bad. It says, we could just hang because you drugged me and left me for dead. She puts on Twitter. Most people only blame Enzo because, but believe me, Tyler and Lyle were 100% aware and involved, and hopefully these charges go through, they get prosecuted and everything else. She goes into all this stuff, and wow, it gets to the point of just really just crazy stuff. There's a lot of stuff here that, it's just, this person who accused Enzo of this crime, really, was so, she went on YouTube, she was on TMZ, she talked all this stuff out, and the WWE, like, they can't do this right now, especially all the Me Too, hashtag Me Too, and hashtag Time's Up, and then you didn't tell them about this as well. You know what? W's like, we're going to not only suspend you, we're going to strip you of the Cruiserweight Championship and fire you because they are not going to have this enough. They're not going to do this. Like, oh, we can't handle this right now. And I don't blame the WWE for firing. I mean, no one wants to, like, have this on, like, oh my gosh, like, have this. You're like, holy crap, what in the world is going on? You're like, no, WWE can't. And this was the day, like, on the day, the 25th Raw anniversary show. And holy crap, they didn't want anything going wrong during that day. They did not want anything going wrong. You know what I mean? Nothing. And I do mean nothing to mess everything up. You understand, man? You understand? All that type of stuff. But yeah, that sort of thing. That sort of thing. And no one wants to go and talk that stuff. And I get that. I do get that. And most people in businesses get that too. Everyone gets that. I get that. Most people do. And you're like, man, they don't want to go through all this crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, no business is going to be like, yeah, I don't want to, deal with all this drama. So they don't want to deal with this drama. So they said, we're out. They don't want to do that. And most people would agree that that's just a business decision. But then it gets a little weirder. As of the video above, supposedly, and then none of it, but yet this another thing comes out like a couple days later, is that's a friend of the accuser said that the two text exchanges saying that she was excited, this is supposedly the text chain saying that in the it says, quote, Amore had sex with the accuser, but it was consensual, and this was the text saying, quote, she's going to rehab. This is just like, I met two poor and did coke with her and Tyler and screwed their friend. And he said, because I really says, that is like, don't lie to me. Why would you post it? It's like, my women wouldn't see this, that, the other. It's just, yeah. And it's like, this looks like just something out of a really crazy stuff, like drug orgy and all these type of stuff. If this is true, this gets, if it was like, say, okay, it looks like this stuff could be either or. This one, I'm just gonna say, let's wait till the police get involved and solve this crime, because they got the stuff. If this is true, Enzo should go to jail. No questions asked. If it is true, lock him up. He's done. But if this is, if Enzo is innocent and, that sort of thing, I don't know. I mean, at this point, in my personal opinion, then if it comes out he's innocent, he should be, a charge should be dropped, and the person accused of this should get like some like mental health training, because her past shows that she, this person did some really out there wrestling videos, and again, these real videos, YouTube videos and such. And I don't want to be that type of callous person to go and do that type of stuff, etc. Because even if she did those wild, crazy videos, it doesn't mean that she can't be sexually assaulted or raped or anything. Saying anything else for this type of situation doesn't mean it's an excuse to assault anyone. And not to but no, if she did and had wacky, crazy videos or anything else, it doesn't matter. If she was raped, then Enzo should go to jail. Period. There's no, actually, no. If he did the crime, he did the time. It just completely just boom. Never seen. Just like he's a complete other scumbag. But if he is innocent and such, then I don't know what you do, because if that's the case, and he was doing drugs, illegal drugs, and having sex with this person consensually, that's WWE's gonna still fire him, because they're a family-friendly product. They don't want to, like, by the way, our Cruiserweight champion, on our fledgling show on 205 Live, he has wild coke parties and such. That might have fly back in the 80s, but that doesn't fly now. And besides, he wasn't really that well liked at backstage anyway, which I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know if it's actually true or anything else, but if it is true, then why would you put this person into the trust? WWE would trust this person to carry a show that is fledgling and help people out. Right here, I would not fire if Enzo's 100% innocent, which I don't know, and I am not saying or anything else. I'm not trying to slut shame or do anything like that. And if you hear, I hope I don't come across like that. I really hope I don't want to come across as someone who, you're slut shame or anything else. No, I don't. I don't want that. And I am waiting until the police come in and say, if this person, the accuser, was sexually assaulted or raped, then Enzo should go to jail. No questions asked. And that's what it should do. We should wait until the the case and everything else and all the stuff. But even still, he was doing wild coke parties and such. He should be fired anyway. And then again, it goes right back to how much of a joke it casts shade of the drug testing policy as well. If this stuff is true about him, Enzo doing like illegal, recreational illegal drugs, and while being the Cruiserweight champion at the time, the only way I see him coming back, maybe in a year or two, the only way he actually will be is like he has to go to rehab and clean himself up. Period. That will be, because he's 31 years old. He can't be doing this stuff no more, man. He's way too old to be acting like a fool. Shouldn't be acting a fool to begin with. That stuff right there, you can't be doing all this stuff, man. with Enzo and all the stuff that's going on with 205 Live and everything else, since now the Cruiserweight title is, he gave it, I don't know, let me see, where's the quote? He, abeyance, right? Enzo Amore, abeyance the title. Oh, God dang it. The abeyance and everything. Abeyance, whatever what they want to say about that, the drop in the championship. And you know, he's dropping the belt. And there's going to be a new 205 Live, general manager, because what the WWE needs more of is more authority figures, because they just keep loving these things. I don't know why they have a hard on for authority figures. I think Daniel Bryan announced this on 205 Live earlier on. I think it was on the episode, after SmackDown, like after the Mixed Match Challenge. So yeah, this was, he said the new authority figure, and he, said Enzo gave up his championship, and now, I mean, at this point, they're gonna find out by next week. I don't know who's going to be the new commissioner, because, I don't think, when the problems of 205 Live, I did not think a 40 figure is going to fix this problem. But you know what? Best thing they could do is just just end the whole 205 Live experiment. It has been a colossal failure. I will say it right now. 205 Live is one of the most biggest failures. Probably, the NWE in a long time. Like in the side of wrestling, this was this brand has been a total failure. Oh, at least ECW actually, had interesting moments and such. I don't know what interesting moment other than Enzo Amore getting his ass whooped. That's pretty much what was it. I mean, someone said, "Oh, what about Neville?" I'm gonna say this right now, and I know it's not gonna get any credit, right? Any smart community or anything else. But I'm gonna say this. I do like Neville. I think he's a really good wrestler. I think he's probably great. But his run bored me. I was bored of the King of the Cruiserweights run. I was just tired of it. And he did a good job. I'm not saying he was crap. I'm not saying he was the worst thing ever in the division. No. He did a good job of basically presenting the Cruiserweights as is. But the problem is, it just went on for far too long. And honestly, they should just let Tozawa win it. Because let's be honest, the Cruiserweight division never had that strong baby face. Rich Swann failed because they just, yeah, another guy with domestic issues and such. He's still suspended, by the way. He didn't get, TJP started out strong, but he failed. It's just been a long turn of heel champions. They haven't had a long, good, strong baby face holding that belt. I mean, Kalisto won it for a minute to get back. Everyone can win the title again. It's just there's no belt. There's no one to actually say, okay, here's a championship opportunity. What makes people go for WWE? That sort of thing. That's it. And I honestly think the best thing to do right now for the division to end it. I think it was, something that was a good idea after the Cruiserweight Classic. But overall, I just think it was something you just had to look back and say, you know what? It wasn't, it did not, it didn't work out for people. It did not work for everyone here. It didn't connect to the crowd as much as it did. Sadly, it didn't. Yes, some did. I mean, Jack Gallagher, people loved his babyface. People started to dig his heel run, but honestly, just to have Jack Gallagher come back and be a babyface again, because I think a lot of people would like him turn to a babyface again, because this heel run has been, not really as memorable. I think, again, end it, have him go on SmackDown. Hell, have him and Ty Dillinger feud for a while and have him turn babyface. Have him hang up with the New Day and have him turn babyface again because of that. And not only that, let's see what else. Cedric Alexander, I like him. I always liked him since Ring of Honor. I saw I really think he needs a new theme that actually pushes the people, because when he gets out there, he just doesn't. It doesn't give it's just it's too slow to be a wrestling song. It needs to be something high energy, something pumped up or something like that, something that fits his character. And by the way, he needs to get a character, by the way, because he is good wrestling wise, but he needs to have something of a character to connect to with the audience. And I think Cruiserweight, there have been people around and everything else. I mean, heck, you have Drew Gulak. I think he has a pretty good Drew Gulak, Noam Dar, and Tony's actually grew under this whole the Zoe train and everything else. It's just, I think it was really good stuff there to really bring up the characters. But here's my hope, is that with 205 Live, if they did end 205 Live, these guys get some solid ground on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown to really boost their ranks. And to, because honestly, what's the point of having the cruiserweights there, when you have Finn Balor, Miz, Dolph Ziggler, guys who just are not real heavyweights, fighting for the main prize and such. Why is Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, AJ Styles, Ty Dillinger, all these other guys who are Xavier Woods? Why are these guys who are supposedly cruiserweights? Why are they not? Why they're fighting for main event titles, and yet the cruiserweights are not? For the longest time, they were just really in their bubble, segregated in that little bubble of 205 Live. Only rarely they actually interacted with the main roster. I mean, the only time they actually really interacted was with the Enzo stuff. And the other time they had interaction was Jack Gallagher hanging out with the New Day. That was it. Yeah, but, end it, like I said. I would end it. And you know what? Most people would be happy to do so. And most people would say, you know what? They had a good run. But at the end of the day, this is just going to, it's over for it. Anyway, I'm going to take a small break. And I'm going to take a small break. And we'll be right back. And we're going to be talking about the XFL. And hopefully we have a better topic and such like that. Then after that, we'll talk about the Royal Rumble and preview that, ladies and gentlemen. Whoo boy. That was not really a fun discussion and all that stuff. But yeah. Also, just, for clarifications, Big Cass, well, he'll probably go back to NXT to repackage himself or something. That's what I see. Anyway, we'll be right back right after this. We're going to play some little OC remix songs. And we're going to play some... Oh, yes. Let's play some Sonic the Hedgehog 2 Gambling Nights. Because, well, Vince McMahon is doing another gamble once again and bringing back the XFL. And I'm going to talk about that right after this song. We're right back right after this. We're here live on the Dukect Lounge on TalkShoe.com. Thank you for listening. We'll be right back right after this. Back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It is me, Dukect, here live, Dukect Lounge. And if you want to call in the live show, we'll get some. Yes, you got someone in and abused in here and left. I don't know, just weird. But anyway, we're gonna be here live. If you want to call in, remember phone number 724-444-7444. Call the number to call in once again is 724. The number is 724-444-7444. And the call ID to connect to me, Dukect, is 92417. Once again, the call ID to to connect to me, DukeCT. It's 92417. Now that's some good water. That's what you need. Well, oh boy, let's talk about the X. Welcome back. We're going to talk about the XFL. Oh, jeez Louise. The XFL. Why, Vince? Why? Well, let's see. XFL. Let's see. What else can we, let's talk about the XFL. So, yeah. Everyone's talking about it. The XFL. What is going to be the XFL? And it's saying it's a reboot. We're going to look at that. It looks great. I watched the press conference, and man, that was awkward. It was an awkward press. First off, it started off, with a terrible rap. Seriously, I don't listen to much rap these days because, it's just, I haven't been feeling the vibe for it. But, I can at least tell it's good and bad. With just spoken words, not really rhyming, just no this, no that, no this, that. I'm like, dude, this was no bars at all. Just ooh. And I don't know if it actually was the rapper. No, it was. I bet it was the people who wrote that stuff. So, yeah, that looks terrible. But yeah, the XFL is coming back, and Vince is like, here it is. And he says now in 2020 they're going to bring back the XFL. Which I say, well, that's one lesson that he is learning, which is something that's good because honestly, that's something that something that he learned importantly, like like, hey, you don't need 6 weeks. 6 weeks to to force teams and everything else. Like, okay, we'll get chemistry and everything, which was a bad look. Now he has 2 years to set everything up, the cities, the town, and all the people wants teams there. Okay, what else? What else he said he was gonna do? It's gonna be, no more gimmicks. No more of this type of stuff. He wants it safer, but he also wants less infractions. Also, let's see. I think it's, so I'm like, okay, this could be something good there. This, that, he's learning, saying, okay, we're gonna do all this. But there's other things he still has on. He's saying there's not gonna be any franchise. It's gonna be single owned. All the 8 teams is going to come back. Like, we're going to start off with these all these 8 teams, but no franchise, no one coming in. Vince McMahon is going to own all the teams. Once again, dumb idea. And that's a dumb idea because you want to have franchise owners to say which is going to do good. Like, how owners, how to run their teams, how to, manage their stuff, manage their teams and everything else. Just having general managers is not going to really help matters and such, You need to have that owners and owners. You have general managers and stuff like that. I just don't think this is going to actually, it just, again, it's going with the same type of stuff. And another thing, what is going to be, what is the, what are they going to do to really shake things up about the XFL? What is the thing that will shake things up and make people say, okay, the XFL? And let's see. I gotta find it. Where it is? Because they still are not going to. They're still doing the pay-by-play model, which is just terrible. Because I'm like, wait, why are you still doing the play-by-play model and such? It doesn't make any sense because, again, you want people to come in like, oh, you want them to fight and win. Trust me, the NFL and all these other major leagues don't need a pay-by-play, play-to-win model. I mean, they are competitive, and they're going to be like, I want to win to continue to grow to a championship, stuff like that. Having them actually paid, and by the way, hopefully have enough money to, have their players have health insurance, because, not have them be bankrupt. That would be a trust. That would be, hopefully, they learn that lesson. But then again, I just don't think this is going to be I hope that they learn that, because if they don't, well, there's gonna people are gonna be more pissed off. You're gonna be more pissed off, saying, okay, you're not going to pay these guys. You're not going. It's not gonna help you out in the long term. Another thing I don't think they don't know any teams. They have no idea what, okay, we don't know any teams or anything else. I'm like, okay, what's your plan? They just said it's coming back, and we have no plan. It's just like they don't have any team set up. We're just doing the same. They're just doing the same thing over and over again. And I watched it. He was just taking phone calls, like what I'd probably be doing right now if you want to call in. But I actually have like a nice voice. Vince is that gravelly old voice and everything. I'm like, oh man, nah, man, you can't hold that stuff like that. Just, but it just there's other issues with the XFL coming back is, well, the NFL. By the way, they don't know any network is going to help them in stream and everything else like that. For all the issues the NFL have for ratings dropping and everything else like that, which, by the way, I love the fact he just pointed out, what would, the NFL, people are not leaving the NFL. One is mostly oversaturation and the lack of decent playing. Seriously, the football quality has dropped significantly. It just got worse. Honestly, I blame Thursday Night Football and all this, trying to cram in every type of gimmick they have tried to do in the NFL in the past couple years. They have really screwed this. The NFL has really tried to screw the golden goose. And most I blame this on Roger Goodell talking two sides of his mouth, saying we care about the safety of players, but yet want to have 18-week season. Yeah, Roger, that makes total sense. This league. But come on, if the NFL really was threatened by this, like there were, all this stuff, you have basically, they have Fox, NBC, ABC, was it ABC? No, yeah, but ESPN/ABC or whatever, Fox, CBS, and NBC, and ESPN/ABC Sports or whatever. I don't know. They can just flex their muscle and say, yeah, nah, y'all ain't gonna have any, and I do mean any chance to actually put your stuff up, because we're gonna stop you. Put anything else there. Another thing is that, well, what type of network? Oh, they're gonna do streaming. Okay, what service are you gonna do on? Are you just gonna have a Twitch account like TNA has? Which, definitely, Twitch has, they have 15,000 subscribers and people watching, so. So, yeah, there is someone to actually watch that content. Is it going to be enough for people to actually sit there and say, yes, I will watch this content. I will watch the XFL on Twitch, on Twitter, and all these other streaming services. I don't see that happening, because people are just not going to, the substandard play. Where are you going to get your talent from? The colleges are not good. The only time I saw good, decent play, the only time I actually was somewhat successful in the NFL was actually, there was one league that was actually somewhat successful, was the USFL. That was before Trump's idiotic plan to have them confront the NFL, saying, yeah, let's go have them, hey, let's have these games Let's have the USL take on the NFL directly. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, wait, yeah. Because honestly, they had like great talent in the USFL. They treated it seriously, and they had a chance. They had two good seasons, and I honestly think if they would have kept with that stuff, kept it as that small little minor league, and just slowly build it up. Heck, they have replays. They had all this other stuff that the NFL today take for granted. Same thing the XFL had for the production values with what the NFL did with the XFL. And another thing is the more showman atmosphere the XFL had. I think Rowdy C actually pointed this out in his review. And it's actually pretty good. Link in the description, by the way, because he actually called this stuff out, saying how the sports leagues actually became more of a televised sport instead of actually being part of the game. And at least the XFL admitted it, which is true. But the problem is that, again, the XFL will probably have a bunch of scrubs and former NFL washouts, or people who want to get back to the league. And, who's going to be their main star? Who is going to be that main person that draws people in the audience? Is RG3 going to go and play for the XFL in 2020? I mean, he's probably looking at joining the NFL soon, going back to join the NFL. He's probably like, he wants to go back to the NFL. I don't know, Johnny Manziel, he wants to, but then again, he has a criminal record. And Vince say, well, if you got a criminal record or a DUI or anything else, you're not welcome in the XFL. I'm like, Yeah, if that's the case, I don't know what they're doing with most of your guys on your roster. I mean, you didn't fire Jimmy Issues or the SmackDown Jimmy and Jay Issues when they got DUIs, DWIs and such. So yeah. Zero tolerance. Perfect. I mean, you're not going to get that much of time. You're going to get, I think the problem is you are going to probably find scrubs and people. Are you going to find college players who are going to take that risk of not having that big money? Are you going to find them? That's the thing. Are you going to find people who are going to be that dedicated to join the NFL? Because again, if the NFL, if you're not going to make the NFL and such, they might go into the CFL and or some semi-pro league or something like that. What is going to think people to go to the XFL? I want this question asked. Excuse me. I want that question asked, ladies and gentlemen. How will the XFL? How can the XFL, ladies and gentlemen, join? I want this to be something. Would I like to succeed? Absolutely. I think something in XFL will be interesting to see if it can succeed. But yeah. But I just see what unless he is going to really humble himself and call it just a minor league and just say, okay, we'll just treat it as a minor league and start building up, because that killed the XFL, is trying to basically be something that it's not, directly competing with the XFL, directly competing, saying they're actually better. And you know what? They got burnt by that. And also, during the press conference, he said this, well, no one really wants a 3.5 hour football game. No one wants to watch that type of stuff. I don't think most sports fans, want to see a product for 3.5 hours. I'm like, no self-awareness, Vince. Not only you have your flagship show is Monday Night Raw over 3 hours, and yes, I know he would say, quote, if you would do a 90-minute Raw or whatever, yes, fine, that's all good there. We're not talking about what is. We're talking about what is. And two, what about his pay-per-view lengths? Seriously, Raw, the Royal Rumble is gonna be like 4 to maybe 3-4 hours long. Counting that's not even counting the pre-show matches. What about WrestleMania? That's going to be like 5 hours long without the pre-show matches. It just gets longer and longer. And yeah, it's long. It will be, it's just smacks of just non-self-awareness and hypocrisy that you'll bash the NFL for having long games, but yet you won't look in your own backyard, Vince, and see you have a definite issues with time management. Heck, the Monday Night Raw 25th anniversary, you had Scott Hall come out and then have a commercial. Just right after it. Even better. You had Shane McMahon on the mic trying to talk sense to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, or as AJ likes to call them, Cammy. Dude, AJ just stop calling him that. It's not funny. Stop trying to make it happen. Cammy ain't gonna happen, AJ. Just stop. Just stop it. Stop it. Get some help, AJ. Just get some help. And he was talking, and then as he was talking, it went to commercial. I'm like, we all know that, and then bam, a commercial. I'm like, time management, people. I just want a little time management, and the WWE does not believe in time management. I mean, when's the last time you had the WWE actually have time management and actually care? Seriously, people, when's the last time they actually had good time management? The WWE actually protest that. I want to know, because this entire show, the entire shows, man, they do not have it. The NFL, I would say, for all its sins, I would rather watch an NFL game. I mean, they can pace themselves a lot better than actually most of the WWE product there. And even if it's not actually good, it's actually interesting. I would rather watch that than the most so the WWE is one of the most non-interesting products to get into right now, in my personal opinion. And that's just, but that's the issue. And I want to really get to that meat of the issue, ladies and gentlemen. I do. Because I want the XFL to, it'd be nice for it to see a little competition to fire things up. But then you have terms like saying they're looking to get rid of halftime to make the games go faster. Wow, no. Sorry about that. Need to drink water. My voice is about to go off. But yes, that's what I hear. They want to think about get rid of overtime. But get rid of halftime. So the game's like, you do realize that halftimes are unless you're supposed to baseball. No, baseball they have the innings and stuff. Say end innings and the 7th inning stretch and stuff like that. That's kind of like their halftime. Baseball, basketball halftime, hockey has their period, their first period, and that sort of stuff to change the planning and doing this type of stuff to reevaluate and do self corrections, about where the game plan is going, how the team looks and says, we need to know what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, do this type of stuff to replan to get refocused, and a nice rest for the players. Player safety and all that good stuff. And this, by getting rid of this, you're being just as bad as Roger Goodell. Heck, even worse, by just forcing players to go out and actually just saying, screw it, just do like a 5-minute break and you're good. And no chance for the coaches to sit back and say, okay, what we have to do here, just and plan and everything else. It's not going to work, and it's going to be really just. You're not going to help these players. It's not going to help the players out at all. You're not helping the players out at all. You're making people like, oh man, you're going to make people just not care about it. You're not going to make people not care. Not care about. It's going to go so fast. We're going to be like, man, it's too fast, and it's like, well, the quality of players can go down. People are not going to be interested in caring. You're going to have a 1 to maybe 2 year league, and then you're going to be bitten in the butt again, and you might not recover this time, Vinnie Mac. And now for entertainment, it's going to go down. You're going to go crawling back to the WWE like you always do. every single time. I see a lot of people on Twitter saying, "Oh, this is gonna be good." I'm like, no, at least look at history and see how arrogant this is. They say, the NFL is going to work. I'm like, no, it won't work. Because, again, Vince wants to start this thing up again. He better humble himself and get this in the minor league system. If not, it's going to go right back down. And people are not going to, By the way, he wants to start this in January this time instead of February. Great going, Vince. He's going to go right ahead, going head-to-head to the postseason of the NFL. That's just beautiful. That's classic. That's awesome. Really good stuff. Yeah, that's not going to kneecap you whatsoever. Yeah. Vince. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the XFL. I don't think it's going to work. And that's my personal opinion. If I'm wrong, I'll be happily wrong. But as it stands right now, I don't trust the XFL to be actually decent in any form or fashion. Anyway, we're going to take a small break. We're going to listen to a little music. Let's see. We're going to listen to some Super Mario RPG Booster Tarantino by DJ Pesto. It's a remix. We'll be right back right after this. And after this, we're going to be talking about the Royal Rumble and previewing that. Man, this is going to be a little beefer of a show. So, hey, something you can sit back and listen to. So, hope you enjoy it. Anyway, this is Dukect here. We'll be right back right after. Back, ladies and gentlemen, live here on TalkShoe.com. And remember, if you want to call in and talk to me, Dukect, remember the phone number is 724-444-7444. Once again, the number is 724-444-7444. The call ID to connect to me, Dukect, is 92417. Once again, the call ID is 92417. The Royal Rumble match. One of the most historic and memorable moments in WWE. It's this thing that has been, the most start to the road to Wrestlemania. And, only for the past couple years, people seen the more often than not the Royal Rumble match. People just started to hate it. Not going to like it at all. So, all right, okay, let's see. All right, first things first, let's talk about the Royal Rumble 2 out of 3 Falls tag team match as the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, taking on Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin for the WWE SmackDown titles. I think this is the time that Benjables, I like that name. I gotta keep buying that from Brian Zane. I think it's good. This could be a real good match, and I think it could be something. I think this could be something really good, really interesting, and I think these two could actually be. This could be a really good match because these two teams have different chemistry with each other, and not only that, I think could be a way to just, have the Usos. I don't see them winning. I think I think Benja will hold the title for a couple months, and then just, hopefully they do a big match at WrestleMania. That's my hope because the Usos have been putting in work, even though I think it was Jay. So which one? Jimmy, Jay. Well, one of them recently had DWI. So I don't know. Maybe they lose here, and then after that, I don't know what you do. Probably get them back in the next pay-per-view, and then finally have them, just have a knockdown, drag out, SmackDown tag team match at WrestleMania. Lord knows they're gonna probably need something for these, fill it for like 5 hours, or just gonna do a whole hour for musical performances. I don't know. Anyway, next up is the Raw Tag Team Championship match as the Swiss Superman. Oh, no, that's Superman. Down the Swiss Cyborg. I don't even know what they call these things anymore. Oh yeah, it says the Bar, the Swiss Cyborg, Cesaro, and the Celtic Warrior Sheamus take on Seth Rollins and his new best friend Jason Jordan for the Raw Tag Team Championships. This looks going to be interesting, and I think this could be a really good match. Seriously, I think because, again, Jason Jordan's a good man. I think Seth Rollins good, Jordan's good. Both the Bar really proved that. And they had a pretty decent match at the Raw when they, won the tag belts. Jason Jordan is slowly getting into his character, and I like this stuff. And I admit, I was wrong. I was wrong about Jason Jordan, and I thought his career was pretty much over. And I thought he would never be something interesting. He's going to be booed and just think it's going to be like an anchor on his way. It's over and done. But I was wrong, and I'm happily wrong. He is slowly getting into this dorky heel, oblivious character, and I'm liking this. And hopefully this will open up some amazing doors. Maybe Seth Rollins, finally, hey, have him become the Intercontinental Champion. Have Jason Jordan chase a bit after them losing the tag team titles, say against Titus Worldwide or the Baylor Club or anything else. I think that happens. And have Jason Jordan win the Intercontinental title, or Seth Rollins win the Intercontinental title for The Miz, and have them say this, that, the other, like, I'm better than you, I was one carrying your team, and then Seth Rollins just says, shut up, Jason, and just goes after town, and then he gets his Intercontinental title match, and then, have Jason Jordan win, like, nefarious means, and have Seth Rollins chase after for a while, and then boom, have Jason Jordan, lose at like the next week, because I think that would be really cool. That would my do. That's what I would do it. Or have Jason Jordan somehow win the Intercontinental title in a couple weeks or something, and then have Seth Rollins chase, and then have Seth Rollins wins at WrestleMania. So that would be cool too. But right as it stands, I have them retaining the tag team titles for now. Next up is the WWE Championship match, as the phenomenal AJ Styles takes on the team up of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Yeah, I'm not feeling this match at all. I think this is going to be I don't know. I just, I like Sami Zayn's heel character, but the storyline they're in, it just drags and drags. It just, Vulture's just dragging on. It just keeps dragging on and on and on. I honestly think the best thing to do is have a co-champions type of thing. Just have something to shake things up, because AJ, much as I like him, he just seems like he's just holding the belt for this, or just have him face Nakamura again, which is like, why? These two had a great match at Wrestle Kingdom a couple of years ago. I'm like, why you wouldn't have a repeat of that? Do something new and interesting instead of just going for something that everyone will, it just seems like, AJ and Nakamura once again. I'm like, okay. Yay. And I don't think Nakamura should be winning the Intercontinental title, the World Championship so soon. I think he should be winning the title, maybe later on in 2018, but not at WrestleMania, Personally, I want to see something, someone interesting run the belt or something like that. Hell, have, my pick of the Royal Rumble winner could, challenge, say, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. That would be interesting. But yeah, I'm picking Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to be the first ever WWE champions, because I think that would be much more of an interesting story, in my opinion. And then we get to the Royal Rumble Universal Championship match, triple threat match, as the Beast Lesnar, Brock Lesnar, defends his Universal title against the Demon Kane and the Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman. I think this is going to probably be a really good match, seeing all three just good monsters go to town. I want Strowman to win, but I think Lesnar's going to win to set up Roman and him at WrestleMania, which is going to be sad. But because Braun's look strong this couple weeks, so it's going to be Brock Lesnar, Brock Lesnar winning, sadly, and that's going to happen, and it sucks. Braun Strowman should win the Universal title. He should. He is on fire. It'll be amazing if he did. And, personally, I have him pin Kane. He becomes the Universal Champion. Then you have we face Lesnar and Roman somehow get into the main event of WrestleMania. Have Strowman versus Lesnar versus Roman. Strowman pins Lesnar. Bam, new star. Everyone happy. Roman turns heel, whatever, fine, turns heel. Everyone likes it. And then, boom, and at SummerSlam, he wins the Universal title from Strowman. How's that? Does that make people happy? No, probably not. But anyway, let's get into the Royal Rumble matches. The first ever women's Royal Rumble match. As you have Naomi, the Empress Tomorrow, Asuka, the Punk Rock Princess, Ruby Riott, Natalya, The Boss, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, the Princess of Staten Island, Carmella, who has a Money in the Bank briefcase. I have no idea why she wants to do this. Every time I look at it, I'm like, should have cashed in that Monday night. She should have cashed it on the night of Money in the Bank. Have her win the Women's Championship and have her hold the belt for a while. That would have been great heel heat. Then, that's just me. Tamina, Russian Lana, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, Mickie James, Nia Jax, Becky Lynch, Alicia Fox. Alicia Fox. Noam Dar. He actually gets it. I like him. That goofball. And Dana Brooke and 12 others. Will probably be some legends as well. So, my pick. Some say it's going to be Asuka. But you know what? I think it's going to be something different. I'm going to say the person who's going to win this is probably, you know what? I'm going to say, call me crazy, but I think maybe Asuka wins it 50%, but I want to see Becky Lynch win it. It would be something really good, and heck, it would be nice to have a singles match for the SmackDown Women's Championship. That'd be pretty cool. So, yeah, that'd be nice. But I want to say Becky, but it looks like it's going to be Asuka. She's going to win, probably. Next up, then, is the 30-man Royal Rumble matchup. And, well, that's going to be very interesting. Let's see, the Royal Rumble. What is that going to do? What are we going to think about this for that match? Well, what's going to be for that one, ladies and gentlemen? Who is going to win here? Let's see. Who's going to win? Let's see. There's a lot of people here. So you have Drifter, the Drifter Elias, the Viper Randy Orton, Shinsuke Nakamura, the King of Strong Style, John Cena, Finn Balor, Baron Corbin, Woken Matt Hardy, Bray Wyatt, Rusev, Aiden English, Apollo Crews, Titus O'Neil, The Miz, Ty Dillinger, Big E, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and 13 others. I think some of them will be in NXT. Overall, I think this could be a very interesting Rumble. Roman Reigns is going to be in that list soon enough, so yeah. So I think personally, I know people say it's going to be Roman Reigns versus this, and and the crowd's going to build. Personally, no, I would say the dude, who really should win and, face off in the Universal Championship, for the WWE title, should be Kofi Kingston. Now, hold on. People say, why Kofi Kingston? Well, he's been in the WWE for like 10 years. Seriously, Kofi Kingston has been in the WWE for 10 years. 36 years old, by the way. Still young enough to do something like that. Yeah. Won multiple tag team championships, multiple Intercontinental U.S. championships, and he's never really won the big championship, which is sad, I'm surprised that they gave it to Zack Swagger and The Miz, to Jinder Mahal. They gave him a chance, but they never gave Kofi a chance. I have no idea why. So I say have him win, and you have the whole, co-champion stuff there with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And you can have, say, Kofi Kingston use his help with the New Day and actually win the biggest match of his career. I think that'd be really interesting to do. I think that would be something, wow, I want to see this. This was something I can actually be rooted for. But, I don't know. Maybe it's just, wishful thinking that Kofi Kingston winning World Championship, winning that. But it'll probably Roman Reigns or Shinsuke Nakamura, because we're going to see Nakamura versus AJ Styles. It would be nice for some actually a good story like Kofi Kingston. It would be great, personally. It would be really nice. But that's just my personal opinion. And as I said, I'm betting Kofi Kingston to win because because I am a complete fool. I know that. But yeah, that's just my personal thing. So, anyway, that's the show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for actually being here. And, putting up with me, Dukect. Anyway, Dukect here. Peace and love. I will see y'all when I see y'all later.